to yet another amazing episode of The Sober, and as usual hapa salamu ni tatu. Good morning if you're watching us in the morning, good afternoon and good evening. Kumbe salamu zinakuwa nne juu tuko hadi na usiku sako ya. And thank you so much for keeping it The Sober. I really appreciate. For the new viewers, karibuni sana. Make this a home because it's an amazing home. And for the returning subscribers, what shall I say? May God bless you. Yeah, so as I told you last time, nitakuwa na face yenye itakuwa ina reappear. And Lilian is here
again. Thank you so much for having me back again. And thank you for the comments, thank you for the feedbacks. Nashukuru sana.
Yeah, and today by the way we're going to base our discussions on what came up last time about red flags.
Yes.
Alafu unajua coincidentally nilitoka hiyo day, like nikaenda nikakutana na meme, mtu amepost akasema, you know these meme lords, they make our days.
Yes.
Akasema, I don't know why is it that kama ni situation yako, ama kama ni situation ya mtu mwingine, unaona very big screaming red flags. Ikiwa ni yako,
inakuwa
pink, kwa blue, na inakuwa brown.
Yes. Hawezi ona. Unasikia mtu unapata best yako anakupatia story, sijui mimi na chali yangu hivi na hivi, or even in marriages or even in friendship. Unaona kuna shida kabisa.
Lakini kwa yako,
when you go through the same thing, uko like, mine is it's brown. It's not red.
You don't even notice it's a flag.
Yes.
You're lucky if you notice it's a brown flag.
Yeah. So
yeah.
These things happen. Red flags are there. Sijui watu wana define red flag aje, but
funny enough, it as much as tuna base red flags so much on relationships and marriages, you know, but we have red flags in life. We have red flags in somebody's life,
yes.
like somebody is depressed, Lilian.
Yes.
You don't see the red flags, what is going on in their life. In business, you're doing something, you just know that you're going to mess up. If somebody sees what you're doing, anajua tu huyu hii biashara yake ikifika next week niambie. It's also the same as red flags in academics. Unaona tu mtu vile kunaenda, the person is not going to go beyond this point, you know. Yeah, and I want us to start with the red flags of relationships.
Red flags are relationships. Wow. Okay.
Red flags ni nini unajua?
Red flags. Kwa nini naongea kama mimi ndio expert wa relationship hapa? I'm not an expert in any relationships, but I think I have gone through some experiences, and I think out of it I have learned. Each and every day nakuanga learning process.
It's like I'm a very poor learner. Do you know the same pink flag that I saw there? I'll make it even blue.
Yes. Utakwele, I know last time
it was even
purple. Haijakuwa red.
Yeah, ni nyeusi.
It happens, but let us not ignore that. Let us not ignore that. Now, like some 2 weeks ago, I was in my channel, guys. I'm having my YouTube channel is Lilian Hiuhu. I had this nimeruka kidogo topic. I'm back to this. I was talking about depression in men.
Yeah.
And I realized that men, they don't have a shoulder to cry on. Like
I saw it, by the way.
Yes. Like I can text you nikwambie, by the way, I am going through this and this and this. Maybe, and we can be open to each other. But you know, our men, they do not have somewhere they can lean on, they can cry. Wanaambianga machozi yao iende kwa tumbo.
Umeona hii joke yenye imekuwa ikienda around like mimi nifanye hivi kwani mimi mwanamke, kwani sisi ni wanawake. Okay, it was a joke. Yes.
But
it has some truth in it. You know how much they're going through shit, and they just decide to swallow it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when we talk about red flags haziko tu just in like you said, haziko kwa relationships or marriages peke yake. They are there in real life.
True.
Yes. But when we start talking of red flags, ziko tu na basis. Ndio that man akuwe depressed, lazima kuna red flag yenye iko kwake imekosiwa na mwanamke.
Okay. Why are you blaming us?
It's Aki. Maybe
this is about sanitizing women. Why are you not talking
in my channel? Maybe in my channel, guys, when you listen to me, I'm here for men. I am supporting men. I talk about men.
Can you look at our director?
I'm supporting them, like literally I am. Yani mimi ni men damu. Naona vile wanafurahia hapa for real. So I was talking and I was talking about some man mwenye COVID ilikuja ika affect so many people. Yeah. Lives changed, people lost their jobs, nini na nini. So there is this particular man, kazi yake imepotea. Things have not been working, akona loans na nini, and he has lost it all. So this guy, out of that, out of whatever that is going in through kwa maisha yake, anaanza ku develop these things called red flags. Red flags ni zile vitu zenye mtu hakukuwa nazo before. Ameanza kuzidevelop
ama ni vitu zenye zinapia dangerous.
Yes. But
really ignored.
Yes, they ignored. So this man, like, from nowhere he starts becoming very rude. From nowhere he's not okay. He's mara mwingine anajifungia peke yake. Mara yani there are things that are not normal. There are things that this guy will start reacting. Kuna vitu ataanza kufanya uone this is not him. This is not him. Now that hapo ndo tutaanza kusema red flag kwa sababu before hii kitu ikuwe red flag no ina lead into depression.
True.
Utasema by the way alianza kujifungia kwa room, by the way alianza kukunywa sana, by the way alianza kufanya hivi na hivi. There is a cause, there is a root cause.
Speaking of that, okay, I have a friend. I still feel guilty up to date. May you continue resting in peace. We were good friends tukiwa primary school. And then high school happened, university happened, and life happened.
Yes.
Imagine he committed suicide. He was one of the brightest guys in our class. And up to date najiuliza, were we not in for him?
Yeah, ama
is there something ilikuwa missing? Because that I learned of his death after like 3 months. You know how painful it can be? Like your back deski, like your immediate deskmate from behind. Alafu alicommit suicide. And this is a person, so primary school most of the time tulikuwa tunasomea places zenye that person is at the same time your neighbor, if not your neighbor really, ako too close. So this is a person mwenye angekuwa close enough, but I don't know, is it like atuku notice ama kulikuwa na kitu ili happen? You know, these people commit suicide.
I'm telling you, there must be a root cause. Kuna kitu tu yenye
kitu ingenotisiwa hainge happen.
True. Like if we did this and this, pengine hatungefika to this point.
Reminds me, let me just criticize you. I'm so
I know it's okay.
I'm the talking one.
Me and you same WhatsApp group.
Now that you're here, we're flocking together, So it reminds me of the other time. Was it some 2 weeks ago? Nilikuwa nimeenda home. So it happened.
I was coming to that point. So my friend here, this is unasikia vile anasema kuhusu meme lords. This one is the real meme lord. Like anytime I am bored and stressed, I'm like, chumba uko wapi? Let me just let me see nini umetuwekea. So I am texting her, she's not responding. There's no status updates. Niko like something must be wrong.
Yeah.
Kwanza ukiona yani people should nowadays we should always be careful. Let's take care of our sisters, let's take care of our brothers. So ukiona tu this one is posting and updating, wako sawa. Now it comes here, you're not responding to messages. You're not posting anything. Niko Then I don't know. I texted you. Sioni response. Status iko tu pale left yesterday sijui at what time. I'm like, okay, pengine you're busy with work. Nikalenga day 1. So nikasema ama anyway someone anaweza kuwa busy during the day because I'm sure like today is another day that
to go offline,
completely offline. So hiyo imepita. So the next day I'm like in the morning niko like thank God this one has posted because kama haunge post ningeingia WhatsApp nikapost. Honestly I would have come to work, I don't know, look for you, call you from where.
So that actually happened. Like nilikuwa nimeplan kwenda kuona my mom anaishi a country Kitale.
Yes.
So nikaplan like umeplan and then I realized time nataka kutoka tutao hivi. Nika realize niliacha phone kwa ofisi. Ofisi yetu by sangapi imefungwa? By 7:30 imefungwa. That is 8. Do you know I traveled without simu? Nilikuwa na katululu.
Yes, katululu tu.
Katululu boneza.
Yes.
hiyo ilikuwa nika replace line, nikafanya transactions hapo and then nikasema niko na fare, niko na everything. So what else? Nikachana na phone. So kufika home zile unaomba tu madhe phone kidogo unaingia WhatsApp. Na sasa unaingia WhatsApp nako. Wezi toa. Ningia tu kidogo una text tu ale maybe watu walikuwa wanataka kwa reach kidogo. So and time nilirudi and you were concerned. You even realized that I was missing. You know how much it feels. And by the way, speaking of which, let me say from experience, it gives you another confident feeling that God forbid because we live in houses alone and if by any chance I go without people noticing sitauze kwa nyumba, you know, they'll find my body fresh, you know, God forbid anyway, but we're not living the life, so someday that one is
God
coming.
forbid, but there is that, you know,
you're feeling
like, wow, kumbe I have people who care about me, and that is the only thing that everyone needs to know.
Exactly.
Like you have someone who cares about you. Because hiyo yote uko like, hey, because of, for the sake of na mtu, what I do. Let me.
Alafu najua it gives you another level of, you know, trust, and if I'm going through something, Lilian, I'll confidently text you and tell you, Aki mama, whatever I'm going through, if I can't handle, you know, because it's like kutangaza story.
I saw a status you posted like, Aki usiwai lalanjani kiwa, just text me, Niko like, wow.
Yeah, just text me.
Just text me, Niko.
Ataka ni 20 bob.
Yes, nitatuma.
Because
we are living in those days. We are living in those days, guys. And we should not be ignorant of anything.
True. True. And
so, we're talking of red flags. Sasa my director and we lost a friend.
I saw it.
Yes,
it was so heavy for you.
Very Aki. I used to call him my crushy. Everyone knew in the building that was my crushy. So probably nowadays tunajiuliza, we as friends, because we were the closest, like why didn't you, there's a friend of mine anaitwa Fi, I call her Fi, like even Fi, why did you have to let him go to sherehe on a weekday na unajua it's not
but really lose life yake through
an accident. So we don't understand, and his friends are like, kuna mabeshte alianza kushikana na wao, they are going to sherehe, and we're like, we are blaming ourselves. Like that evening tungemuona tumwambie there is no sherehe, angetusikiza.
Juu ilikuwa ni red flag.
From nowhere. Yes. We already know
kuchapa sherehe weekdays.
We already know. Hiyo ni principle yake. He doesn't piga sherehe on a weekday. Sherehe yake inaanzanga Friday. Na itaanzia tu hapa kwa office, hata sio mbali. So like unaenda tao on a Tuesday night. Why? Where? What's important? Probably we would have been here, we would have
noticed.
Yes, and we're like, apana utaenda sherehe at this time. So those are the things. Then anytime you see someone reacting to something, ama ameanza kudevelop some behaviors zenye hajakuwa nazo, please try and dig and find out. Maybe like 2021. I went into depression. I don't know if I ever told you about this. For about 5 months. 5 good months I was lost in depression.
Did anybody notice?
They did. I'm that kind of meme. I'm always on social media. So I switched off my phone. I even asked my boss for some time off from work. I don't want duties. I just want to stay in my house. Then I realized, unajua wale watu wenye wako close na wewe, I'm this person, watu wanaona, this one is always that strong person. I love to laugh. Napenda kucheka. I'm this. Those who know me, I'm that. Uwezi boeka ukiwa na mimi.
I know how to explain.
Yes. Uwezi boeka. So it figures a point. I am not reacting to anything. Niko tu hunipati social media. I'm always offline. Sina profile photo, WhatsApp. Sina status. Sina Facebook.
That kind of anger. Inafanya utoe profile picture.
It was not even anger. It was. I was going through something very serious, something very heavy.
Can I tell you something? Do you know depression is totally anger towards yourself? You're angry
or bitterness.
At yourself. Yes, it's all bitterness and anger. You know the moment you kujiblame and you accept the blame.
Why?
You know kuna difference, blaming yourself, accepting it, and finding a way out. Na kuna difference blaming yourself, knowing you're at fault, you're the root cause, you're everything, and you sink.
You accept now
that kuna vitu mbili, like reactions ni mbili, like when you go through something, you either accept it and come out. You can only come out of a trouble or a problem if you accept it and you find a way out. And you can only sink into it when you accept it and go deeper. You know, so you are just, maybe you are angry at yourself, bitter.
You see that part you're saying of accepting, there are these 3 A's that they guide us through life.
Yeah.
And we call it, there are 3 A's, it's accept, adjust, and advance. So when we're in that period of accepting is not a 1 second thing you accept. You can even take a month to accept.
At a month?
Yes.
Yes.
You can even take
years.
But
don't 2019.
Yes. But don't want to accept. Anyway, I lost my job. Anyway, COVID came. I'm still accepting.
And then this person left. I lost a partner.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes mtu anapass.
Accepting is it's not easy.
It's
so
not
apple
easy.
party accept. You already know I should accept. I should advance. I should adjust. Or it's adjusting.
No, it's accept,
adjust,
and then now advance.
Now, that period of you deciding when to start adjusting to this situation, hapo ndio unapata ushaenda into depression. So it's not easy, guys. So maybe your time when I was still accepting my situation, it took me around 5 months.
To accept?
Yes, to accept. And I went mute and people were like, msichana hayuko normal. I stayed in my house. And vile tu unanijua ukianza kuona this one is drifting, this one hayuko tu,
sioni post,
nitafute. That must be very serious. Maybe I'm always, I love
simu haiko around. Ama there's something wrong. And
yes.
True, yeah.
So those things ndio tunaziita red flags. They shouldn't be those things you see in a man. Okay, red flags. Most people know red flags ni violence. Huyu ni kama ko violent lakini alinieka slaps kumoja and you ignore it.
Listen to me. There's a time I had gone with a friend for lunch. Na hizi mna decide to kukutana for lunch. And then we were taking lunch. Alafu there's this joint, the famous joint town. Let me not mention because that we advertise, but it's a very nice place for lunch. So tumekaa hivi, si tumefesiana na this friend of mine, then kulikuwa na a couple nyuma yetu, and it was a young couple. And the chick was like, they were speaking, alafu una ile nyanaongea, alafu the guy, okay, forgive me, nili overhear conversation ya wenyewe, but minding my business is too boring, so I just have to mind other people's business. So nikasikia, jamaa mwombe, nitakuslap. And the chick is like, oh babe, nilangala nikasema, God, this is the point where the red flag is big for this girl, but it's screaming red.
Once you just, don't even think. Don't even mention. You know, nitakuchapa. It's something that you're prepared. Before, let me tell you guys, before it bites, it barks.
Exactly.
Yes. Before it bites, it barks. Anaanza tu. I will. Ile siku kwenye hiyo.
Alafu mtu kusogeza mguu. By the way, these red flags, ukizinotice na ustopishe, mtu ataziacha.
True.
You know,
immediately.
Life is like a baby, and people are like babies. You know, wakati mtoto wako anakupima, anataka kutupa glass iko kwa table, haendangi na kupush, anaendaga, anaiguza,
anafanya tu hivi,
anakuangalia, anaona kama mama naona.
Yes.
It's the same way. You see this partner, anasogeza, anasema, okay, huyu anaweza fikishwa wapi? If you can just tell me, like, we're not telling you guys, like, ukiambiwa nitakuslap, you break up. No.
Hapo ndio
unasema no.
The minute you decide to do this, hapo tu that one is
the
not,
fact that you can even think of slapping
that
me.
is not acceptable.
Yeah,
maybe
you tell that person
hapo not tomorrow, immediately
hapo, because if it you have to keep, alafu people will never know what you're comfortable with, or what you are comfortable or uncomfortable, unless you tell them, Lilian. This is one mistake that we do make in life most of the time, that I don't get to to tell you, you know, watu uniambia like niko so rough, I tell you as it is, but it has saved me a lot of trouble.
True.
Because if you're my friend Lilian and today nimekupigia simu nimekwambia tukutane tao, nilikwambia tukutane 9, you're my best friend.
Yes.
Na unafika 11, Lilian, I'll just tell you to your face that Lilian, in as much as I really love you, but the love has nothing to do with you keeping me here. So you say it as it is. Acha kupaka lugha rangi. Okay, don't be offensive, yes, but hizi red flags ukinotice kwa mtu, just tell them as it is at that moment, so that kama ni kuisha iishe, kama ni hiyo kitu kuendelea iendelee. Lakini unaona hii story yenye mtu anaona red flags kwa relationship, umeona huyu mtu ako na potential ya kunichapa, and you still saying he loves me anyway. Love has nothing to do with the way somebody plans to treat you.
I'll tell you about I always talk, my co-host always tells me about unapenda kuongelea watoto because I'm a parent and I love kids.
Of course, yeah.
So I start seeing my child developing a certain character tabenye sijui, and I'm calling it a red flag. Because siwezi kukunyima kitu baby uchukue glass wende ukavunje.
Na sijaiona.
Mimi I will tandika you.
So you still the African mom.
Yes.
Mtoto wangu watoto.
Mimi wangu nisichapiwe na mtu nitamchapa, but kuna vitu I cannot accept. So my child ameanza there is something, babake ni mtu wa hasira sana. So ameanza yeye akikasirika hadi anaweza jiumiza. Amejigonganisha kwa ukuta, amefanya nini, amefanya.
So ni genetic.
Yes. Siku moja nikachukua mtoto, kuja hapa baby. Nilimtandika. Nikamwambia mimi sitakuwa ninakukosoa, I'm disciplining you, but wewe unaona ni kama ninakukosea. Mimi alichapa you vizuri sana. Then after tumemaliza fight, I sit her down and I'm telling her, you know what, I'm supporting your point hapo. I'm sitting her down and I'm, you know baby, I love you so much, but unaona hiyo kuchapa ni hiyo makosa umefanya. Kama ungefanya hiyo makosa singekuchapa.
And the child knows nikirudia hakuna story.
So what am I supposed to do, mami? You know, kwanza tu kijua umekosea, you just come. Amenivunjia simu hata sina kamera. Mami, simu yako I was playing, imevunjika kamera. I am sorry. You just, before I realize, see umevunja simu baby, umeenda kuficha na huko. Mimi nikitafuta simu yangu napata iko na crack. Come with it. Niambie mami, I was doing this and this. Na hapo niko like, okay. Now, because but when you let that child ati akikasirika ameanza kutupa vitu, ameanza sijui kufanya nini, ameanza kudevelop. My friend, those are the character red flags we are talking about. Mtoto ameanza tu kuji whatever.
Yeah, and it applies to adults as well. Because Lilian, siwezi nikajua kitu wewe unapenda na kitu hupendi without you telling me. Are you aware of that? Okay, we have to be as sensitive as much as possible, enough to know what people dislike and what people like. But also you need to understand that people will not understand you unless you tell them. So you say, just say it point blank. I don't like it. So that kama wewe ni wakutembeza kanyaga
hapo
kubwa sana, and if you are to stay, adjust. I'll also adjust to your ways, because once I tell you Lilian and you tell me, but pia chumba me, okay, nimefika 11, but the one thing you didn't understand or you don't understand is that uliniambia 7 tukutane 9. Okay? So umekuwa ready for a week kukuwa tao 9. Mimi nimekuwa ready that single time kukuwa tao 9, you know.
And
so things, it applies kusema
And there are things I also don't accept. Like I am for tumesema you want it happens like this is what normally happens with my bro. Umekuwa ukijua on weekend we are supposed to have a get together kwako. And that is what we call being principled. Pengine I'm not even, mimi myself I'm not aware that kunakuwa na get together mahali fulani. And it happens. So unapiga simu, hey, unajua kesho tulifa. Mimi nasikia fununu from others. Like we are supposed to, but wewe host hujaniambia. I won't come. Despite you had mentioned it,
you
like,
can't invite yourself.
I can't.
You know, that's another topic. So kuja kuongelea story ya kujinvite.
Yes,
uninvite.
unaenda mahali ati No, mimi I'm principled. So unajuanga tu so and so tukipanga kitu we must tell them prior.
Exactly, letting people know and also adjusting to situations. So unaona kuna wale watu wenye wako tu so stubborn. Hata kama ni principle, principles bana inabidi umeadjust this life. It's never that serious. It's never that serious. Like tunakunja sura and all that. But I think it's all about understanding that other people are not you.
True.
Other people
and they can never
even
be you.
Your grandmother who bore you. Trust me, she'll never be you. And there are things that she finds uncomfortable about you. There are things you find uncomfortable about them. But why is it that you can adjust to a meeting point? So hizi red flags hata kwa relationships. Sasa tuende kwa red flags sasa in real relationships. Because recently kumekuwa na vitu zina happen mpaka I saw at a place where somebody said it was a motivational speaker. Mungu tunapenda kujimotivate hivi tuna watch bila movie unaamua kuwatch motivational speakers. And I was watching this lady and she said parents, it's time you realize that receiving your child from a broken marriage is way better than receiving a body
in a coffin. True.
Both are painful, but which one is much painful?
I let me have them alive. I see them, we nurse the wounds. Yes, we nurse those broken hearts. Let me tell you out of experience. Sometimes back, still with the father of my child, we were in that relationship thing. So I go to a wedding. Na ninachelewa kwa wedding. We don't have a child, we are in that dating thing. So si unajua tu kama kawaida harusi kuna kwanga na after parties zile zenye tunaenda.
Na mostly zikuwa youthful, so we just can't run away from them.
So my jamaa buy shukiza minywele, we go to buy everything for that wedding. But hata nipeleka because of work. So ninachelewa kurudi. And alikuwa anajua ninaenda na my nieces na like it was
family thing.
It was a family thing. Mark you, we are not married. We are not married.
Dating.
We are dating. So mimi I decide to go for this wedding. We go for evening party na nika sleep over huko.
Without telling him.
Of course nilimwambia. Ako like, no, mimi I'll come for you, nikamakis. Nikamwambia it's okay, if you come ni sawa, but I don't see the need. Tutakuwa tu ama we kuja tu. Like hapana, sijui nini, me I'll come and it's at night. So he decides asira ikampanda, he'll just go drink in the house. So vitu zangu zilikuwa huko kwake that time. But I was staying with my sister. So he calls my sister and he's like, Ebu, just tell your sister to come pick her things. To me, I cannot stay with, I'm not even marrying her anymore.
That was a red flag, Mama.
That was a red flag.
You didn't just...
I didn't. No, it was pink. Ilikuwa pink your time. Then I'm like, okay, why? Sasa juu nilienda nikalala kwa harusi nikarudi asubuhi. Aya, sawa. So mimi nikaenda. Do you know what? He had bought me some, all my panties zenye zilikuwa huko, vitu zangu zenye zilikuwa huko. Do you know alichoma nikiangalia? Because ni alinunua. Alichoma nikiziangalia. Then nimempata amekunywa zile maglass zote zenye zilikuwa kwa meza, alifanya tu hivi. Ile tu mtoto wangu anafanyanga kikasirika, anaweza kumwaga chai. Zote zikaanguka. Niko, this person, he's that short-tempered, he's violent in a way. So if ningejua this is how you solve, hata pengine hata tungefika to an extent of even having a child together. So after now we were staying, to have issues each and every day. I was talking about that last time when I told you guys that right now he's the best buddy I have and we are raising our child beautifully, very well. So nikasema, now sasa unajua nimeanza kumachua, I'm starting to learn pole pole. Niko like, this same day I went for this wedding and spent a night there and came back. And that was the reaction. And I have gone with my sisters with nikitu anajua tu.
But he did the hair. So
and he bought me, I even have photos, bought me the dress, did my hair, did I love watches, kila kitu, yani ni alifanya. ile tu we had not agreed that I'll spend out, and I'm not even coming to spend at his place. Of course nitaenda tu kwetu bado home. That so niko okay, so if ningekuwa mwerevu by that time, that is already enough red flag to show someone that this person, even in future, because those things you start ignoring from the beginning, hizo ndo zitafanya tu upaku uende.
Na usisahau Lilian, that when you still dating, bado mapenzi
kwa hivi moto.
So haifai kukue na ish.
Yes.
Extremes.
Now this is what happened. So after amefanya hivyo nikamwambia, okay, now if that's the case, me I'll go. He akanifungia. I'm not leaving the house. But
so every point amechoma. Amepigia sister yako nikuja uchukue.
And when we got married, there's a time alilifungia kwa nyumba. Niko like, okay, now I'm used to this. So this is you. Ile yenye nimesema mimi I'm leaving. Atafunga gate. Si tuko na everything in the house. We won't go.
Mpitia juu yao.
So usiku that time alikuwa like ile drunk kabisa. I'm repeating this because I know he will watch it. I went, took the keys, fungua the mlango, me I left. Mali alishtukia siko kwa hiyo nyumba. Gari mpaka kwa sistangu. Na ni usiku 3. Mimi nimekuja kuchukua tiff. Niko kai, okay, my sister is like, ebu chukua nini na bwanako. Now the relationship was so open, our parents knew, our family, nile tu we had not moved in together now, but it was very, yes. So niko like, ebu, mimi I want to sleep, can you just, kwendeni huko tu muka solve issues zenyu. So we are there. Now, and that is how now we started living together, and now there are rules, and now I'm going to work. What ile times you know job yetu tulikuwa na night shift, my director knows. Hapo ni issue. Niko unajua nini mtu wangu? Utakuwa unakuja tunafanya na wewe kazi hapo. My director can say, niliwahi kuja na yeye kazi hata sio once. Ananileta, yes, they know. Ananileta
unakuja place na husband.
Anikalisha and
for what?
I am this.
Sita amekuja kukeep company. Unajua kuna difference ya your partner anaona okay this lady maybe anahitaji company and all that. Anakuja ndo kukuchunga or something.
Sometimes hata sijui niite mapenzi ama obsession ama upuzi. I don't know what to call it, but
depends with the situation.
Yes, but okay, sometimes nilikuwa tu like okay, mimi I am tired, miguu inafura, he wants to drive me, so niko okay. Tutadanganya kazi amekuwa na kitu and we will go and we will spend at my place, tutafanya kazi and na sayo zitoshei paka wakanisongea.
Alafu unajua nimekuambia one thing with red flags, especially when you're in love, and this one works for ladies, where wanasema love is blind, but it's blinder for us.
It is.
It's blinder for us. Ladies. Anaingia hivyo tu.
Unasema
and then unasema ushaisikia bishi tako anakuambia aki this guy loves me. Imagine hata hataki mtu anipigie simu. You're like this is not love.
This is not love.
And when it happens to you, unasema hey this is love.
Yes.
Haya unakuta mtu hata when function it ever happened by the way. I hope hata watch. Any ile time ya field
I'll hold still my show. I want to hear that. Because the things you cannot talk in our language.
Like ni mtu alikuwa akukaa kwa life yangu sana. Zile tu ziupita. And then so unajua field blindness ikaku expose. Sometimes you too little and you exposed to bigger things.
Yes.
Imagine aliniekelea politician. Your own boyfriend anakuekelea politician. Your own anakuekelea anasema you with this guy. And hata huyo mtu unaekelewa hajui jina lako.
Oh my God.
Sio ile yenye mnataka kushikilia microphone wengi. Halafu akakaa kupay attention kwa swali umeleta.
Yes.
And what was the attention for? Sasa mimi nitafanya nini mtu mwenye ako na attention? Kusikia swali.
Mimi
does your head work?
Mimi I always tell people like there are things you can never control. Now, mimi someone liking my photo ama liking my face and
nitaka kuchukua simu yake niombe unlike.
Niko like sasa hiyo mimi imekujia wapi? Why does this person has to comment in all your photos? Like ebu just put yourself in my shoe. Answer that question. Ebu niambie tu.
Ati what?
Una get?
Yeah, like mtu anakuuliza why does this person comment on all your
comments
photos?
On your all of your photos like and pay attention. Nico like how can I control social media is something you can never control.
And one thing he might have a point, he might have a point, but he has to look at this thing from your point. Like how entertaining are you to it?
Yes, sure.
For a beautiful chick like you, you know, definitely boss, huwezi expect nitatoka kwa nyumba nitafika kwenye nafika without a, you know,
men are just what do we just laugh at them because men are naturally jealous.
Yeah. And so one thing
you men are just naturally jealous. Any mko na mimi.
I wish to go move over the
inside and behind the scenes
they are reacting.
So this is my co-host anajua like Happy calls. Unatoka office? Yes. Do you know we will talk mpaka silent amfikia. Niko like see just wait I cross barabara. I don't want anyone to say hi to me. Niko akiisha mapenzi
inakuja as a joke.
Yes, inakuja as
is.
And we love that
zingine zenye we love
and
it.
We love that.
But differentiate joke na red flag.
Yeah, sure.
You know your guy can tell you you're looking too good.
Yes.
Change, you know, and you can easily know a joke.
Yes,
hata mwenye ana joke because hata maybe sometimes kitu umevaa ni kitu aliakoya, you know.
Sure.
And that is acceptable. But I'm now talking about wale watu wengine wenyewe they have a crush on you. So your guy or you as a lady, you have to look at that situation from your person's point now. How entertaining is he or she to them?
Yeah. Because
one thing in my native language, Kikale, that is, tunasema you can't kinga ndege from flying over your head, but you can prevent them from building a nest.
Yes.
On your head,
sure.
Right? So I can't really prevent what is going on around me,
yes.
But I can prevent them from really affecting me.
Sure.
For example, I'm a married woman, right? Definitely there are men who don't really care.
Yes.
Or a married man.
Or, yes.
There are women who don't care. I had a friend who said, I even like married men. The husband amemweka. I was like, I don't want to call that chick a friend. Let me just say this is a person that I knew because that is not a friend. I don't want to vibe with such. You know, and kidogo unajeka kando. And definitely unangalia from this side, like there are these chicks, secretaries. I'm not saying secretaries do that, but people in the office just know how to take advantage of a spouse.
Yes.
Whether a married man, especially when they know you're going through something in your marriage. So
and that's another topic, by the way. And we're taking
advantage of people because you know.
We talked of my co-host and I go to my YouTube. Utaona Prinka TV and Lilian Hiuhu, we talked about this. Like men and besties. These secretaries in the office, they talk of me. Ati, he's my bestie. Like, you know, my wife does not understand me. That lady understands where? He's only taking advantage of that time you're not
situation.
Yes. And I
exactly.
said, and I'm a woman and I'll repeat. There is one thing in common with us, jealousy.
True.
Jealousy, because you'll see this man well groomed, yani amekuwa na bibi yake ako tu
and you want him.
And you want him. Now, ajaribu tu akose aseme alikuwa na issue na wife.
Anaweza tolewa socks kwa
ushakuwa mpaka atakatwa yes, atafanya hizo zote. And you know men, wale ni wale tu soft. Yes, you men are soft. Wakishaona hizo ndo zinaanza ku entice and they go
nani
those besties mimi ebu my husband you have an office I am going to look for that secretary will be a boy another man yes on a lighter note though but anyway marriages and relationships trust is key.
Yeah, trust is key, you know, because when you kakinga, that is why I was telling you your husband can't really prevent those women from admiring him. But he can prevent himself from falling.
Yes.
Into
self-control and discipline.
Yes. And also, pia you as a partner, hey, naongea ni kama niko married already. Oh my goodness. Marriage
Turmeric iko hapo kwa kona. Yes, uko na tips.
There's advice for kat unaweka kwa
Nice advice vizuri sana. And then listen.
Just listen to me, jichochana vile mimi mwenyewe ni damage. I need
No, acha kwambie, you know those, I was reading a meme, you know those people who that advisor, that wanaitwa advisor sama wanaitwa nini, wale au counselors hao ndio wao ndio wanakuanga single, wao ndio wanapatiana the best advice ever. Na kopesha
kwambie, you know why? Have you ever seen a coach play? Have you ever seen them? They watch you from a distance.
Yes.
So they're just watching Maria just from a distance,
so
like from a balcony. I'm just watching you guys make mistakes. And you notice the mistakes. Yes. And definitely nikiingia kwa hiyo same thing, I'll make the same mistakes. Same.
So Juicy, you're reminding me, Juicy, my ex-hubbies, nakwambia tunapiga story. Namuuliza, now do you still come to the house late? Ako like, hey, mimi hata today is the 4th day sijarudi kwa nyumba. That is what he told me. Niko, wow, 4th day.
So yes. Change.
Soldier change. Ai, ako like, acha nikwambie mama Kiki. Kwangu mimi najua, we were laughing with my hubby. Mimi najua kwangu, najua mlango yangu, I have my own keys. Then I'm telling him, okay, right now, kwa sababu ya career yako, I'm understanding you. Akaniambia, you're only understanding because you're not in that position. When you ask my wife right now, amekasirika mpaka hapa. In fact, nimeandikiwa message and they know. And you go like, you know. Akaniambia, wewe unasema you're understanding because you're not in that shoe. Ingekuwa ni wewe you are
sasa wewe unasema understanding vitu na ulitoka juu.
Na nilitoka niko like enyewe acha tu niache hii kukua nini.
So haja change.
Bado hata ha change anytime soon. So ananiambia unaona sasa hizi nimeandikiwa message niko na kesi hiyo nitaenda kesho kutwa. Where do you, if you're not in your house, where are you during the night? Where? And he's like
just roaming around.
Yes. And he's like, and my co-host Juicy, I'm talking to him, it's 8. Ati unajua sasa ile software we are talking of now the next day in the morning. Niko kwani uko hapo kwa hujafika kwa nyumba? Ai ni mapema. Na ni saa 3 and he's telling me ako hapa. He's telling me mimi sasa nikianza kuingia kwa nyumba saa hizi si watanizoea mapema si wangoje niko.
Akimesema I was with a friend of mine. Let me not mention different from which perspective because nikisema ni colleague mtajua. So a friend here in town so zile tumetoka job 8 p.m. ananiambia si tuingie hapa tukunywe chai nikamwambia 8 p.m. me drink tea. In as much as I live alone, I want to get to my house.
Yes.
Do something. Hey, unajua aliniambia nini? The earliest I've ever go to my house is 10 p.m. 10 and he lives at 5. Like walking outside town.
Ebu tell us between 5 those from wale wana work from 8 to 5. Between 5 until 10 my co-host ebu tell me ni nini umekuwa ukifanya hii time? I am calling vitu twingi. I am calling him niko like ati uko kwa nyumba hebu fika do that editing unitumie a post. Ati mimi siingi kwa nyumba saa hizi nikiingia mapema watanizoea.
Imagine.
What do you mean kuzoea?
Halafu you as a wife try to come after 8 p.m. You will be sent back to your parents with immediate effect.
Yes.
With
already a scenario happened. You cannot say about what happened.
So after tuna complain because actually tunafanya ni past 8 unless it's urgent.
You already want
so
to
you
be in your
don't
house.
really need to kazia us.
Yes. You have kids. You want to know homework was done kwanza used to be same kwa but man. Ebu tell us.
That friend of mine akaniambia nini? Nikamwambia sasa watoto wako wanakujua sura. Akasema they know me on Sunday.
Ati that's a man. Nyinyi ona hawa vile ati on Sunday. If my ex-hubby gets to hear this part,
them here because they
ataenda kwake next week but one. Akisikia we are supporting it.
Imagine.
Hapana.
Red flags.
Imagine we love your attention. We love to have you in our house.
You don't know. You just don't seem to notice that.
Like, hiyo time hata you can bulb hata unaweza ichoma ukitaka because there is someone who will change it.
Imagine. But they still don't. They'll never change. Funny enough, we are raising sons. Sons will become the exact thing.
Like them.
So,
no, I'll raise my son.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I will raise him and tell him.
Afike home 6.
Mapema.
Lakini kuna kitu scary pia about these guys who get home too early. Sometimes it's scary in as much as we want them home. But it speaks a lot about them.
Able tell us.
Like 4 p.m. kwa nyumba baba fulani. Surely 4 p.m. Hata una rafiki
baba. This man needs to rest.
No, resting for
he
what?
Needs to rest.
Okay, funny enough, I'm in with the guys this time round. We want you home. But also, when I'm raising a son, in future when my son will be big enough, akuje home usiku kidogo. Ile exposure. Interact with other men. Be a man. Yes. Because I can't make you a man. You know, I'm a woman and I can't make you a man. It's either you're interacting with your dad, your uncles, or male friends. And you're not. Wanaweza kukucoach vizuri because they can never. We are raising girls. We can raise girls vizuri, but for boys, you will try, but pia utataka a hand kidogo ile
You're telling me
molding them into men.
Yes.
I know I'm being so traditional on this, but I believe that every gender needs that gender to make them who they are.
Yeah.
To some point.
Again,
because hata wewe ukiangalia ule dem amerizwa na babake kuna vitu missing. Kuna kitu missing. That is why even if you lose a husband, whether through divorce or through death, or you lose a wife through divorce, through death, try as much as possible to find a party that will
come and fill that.
Not really
replace, but to fill that gap.
Kidogo, you know. Yeah. Tumeenda off topic.
Tumeenda off topic. We have a lot to talk about. We will be doing this more and more and more because you've given me a topic of having father figures and mother figures in our kids' life. Because there is that person mwenye hataki kuolewa ameshatosheka and kuna that lady mwenye there is that lady like maybe I want 3 kids but I don't want to get married.
Imagine.
Whether same dad, whether different dads,
it's
but
your business
I can raise my kids, but that lady outside there where we will happen, try as much as possible to have a father figure in your child's life. It's important. Whether you're raising a girl or a boy, they need both.
A balance.
So, back to you.
Yeah, to that point, we say thank you so much for keeping it the sober. Until next time, have a good time. We love you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.